Doctor came in and he's like, not good. You have about a year. It took a while because it was a rare cancer. It spread to my lymph nodes and pretty much like I had a fist-sized tumor. They found I had breast cancer too at the same time. I've had 50 radiation treatments and luckily I only had to do 3 chemo treatments. So
Okay.
I'm 3 years right now. That's the reason I got into dirt biking, because I was like, when I beat this, I'm gonna go buy a dirt bike. My doctor called, he's like, hey, this is amazing. Your PET CT is clear and you're officially no evidence of disease. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna go buy a dirt bike.
Given 1 year left to live to now being a cancer survivor, we have Darcee Carlile coming in all the way from New Mexico. We talk all things dirt bikes. We talk about her race series, motherhood, life with cancer, life without cancer, and a heck of a lot more. So buckle up, babes, because this is an episode you do not want to miss. And I'll catch you on the other side.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. So do you have the day off?
Yeah, I have 4 days off in between my shifts. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
I have
nice.
to work Friday, Saturday, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah, nice. So during this time, do you get to dirt bike kind of in between?
Yeah. I usually try to do like 3 of 4 days, or sometimes 2 of the 4 days I'm off to go ride.
Yeah.
There's like a nice little single track an hour away, and I'll just be like, all right, I'm gonna go ride and then go do my errands.
Yeah, totally. It's so nice too that I find like with dirt biking, it's like not a full day thing. Like you could just like pop in for an hour and then do other things in a day, you know?
Exactly, yeah. And I just like to like start the morning with a little ride, just kind of refresh and get focused. It's what I have to do because I have 3 teenagers and they get a little chaotic. So I need
Yeah. So mama needs her me time.
Yeah.
How old?
I have a 16, 13, and another, he'll be 13 in January. So.
Okay. Oh, fun. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're busy. Well, is it fun? I'm sure it's all fun. There's always like good phases to every age. I don't know.
Oh man, I was not ready for teenagers. I think I'm a bad teenage mom. We took all 3 yesterday shopping and I was like, I kind of need some wine.
Are they all boys?
They're all boys, yeah.
All boys. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Did you say that in the beginning?
I don't know, but
I don't know. I just got this, inclination or like, just knowing that you have boys. I don't know. Interesting.
All boys. Yeah.
Interesting. So cool. Yeah. No, you need your me time. You need your like dirt bike zen time.
Yeah. Right. And you got little kids?
Yeah, I have 2 daughters, so a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old.
Oh, that's a good, like the 9-year and the 4-year-old. Those are good ages.
Yeah. I do enjoy them a lot, but I am terrified of teenager years.
I know the crazy thing is it just happens. Like they're super sweet one week, and then the next week it's like, hold up, where did this come from?
Oh, that's too funny. Well, I guess I'll enjoy this while I can.
Soak it up.
Totally. Also, before we dive in, I just want to tell you, like, very intimate. I had a dream about you last night.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, I only say that because both, again, my daughters are very sick. So the one, she woke me up for 2 a.m. Couldn't fall back asleep. And then finally, when I did, I had a dream that I was so unorganized because we had our interview, but it was in person. Oh, and I traveled all the way to Portland, Oregon. And that's where we were doing the interview. And then you worked at a hair salon. And then you were telling me about your hair. So, paranoid much, right? I was just so worried that I was gonna like not function today for our interview. So I don't know. Anyways, so I haven't had much sleep, but if I seem a little bit off or the questions are a bit off, just
No, you're good.
I might have to reword it a few times.
Yeah, take your time.
Okay.
Take your time. Hopefully you get a nap today.
Yeah. Anyway, side note, just wanted to let you know.
Thank you. I would like to cut hair. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Well, we're gonna get started here. Hey, hi, and hello, Angelisa here, your host for Braap's Throttle Talk, and I'm so excited to be chatting with Darcee. Now, Darcee, how do you pronounce your last name?
Oh, Carlile.
It's Carlile. Okay, I had Lambert in here, but
that's my maiden name. Yeah,
maiden name. Okay, good. Sometimes I butcher names, and I apologize. So yeah, we have so much to talk about, and I have learned so much about you over on TikTok. And so if you guys are not following her on TikTok, please do. She is hilarious and shares a lot of wild stories, but also a lot of wild dirt bike riding. I love your videos. I love watching your journey. And I just love seeing you trying new things and learning new techniques. So welcome, Darcee. Welcome to the show. Yeah. So let's start off with a little introduction on who you are and where you're coming from today.
Hi, I'm Darcee, and I don't know. I'm a mom of 3 boys, and I'm married. I work as a firefighter EMT, and I love dirt bikes. I'm obsessed, actually.
Awesome. And whereabouts do you live?
I live in New Mexico.
No way.
Yeah, it's a real state. I don't know how I got here. We're actually right on the border by Texas. So like we're down south. We're in the oil patch. So it's cool. I really enjoy it. A lot of free land to ride on. So
yeah, absolutely. There's another TikTok guy. Well, I think he's in Mexico, but is New Mexico near Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, kind of. We kind of share, like, when you go down south, you'll hit the Texas border, but I don't even know my own state.
I'm Canadian. I don't know anything more.
Yeah, Canada is awesome.
I
used to go every summer to Canada.
Way.
Yeah, my grandma is a Canadian immigrant.
Okay. Whereabouts?
Alberta, Alberta.
Cool.
They have a farm there, so
yeah. I'm from Saskatchewan originally, so
cool.
Yeah, so know all about the farm life, the prairie life.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there. Oh man.
And so where are you originally from?
Born in Arizona.
Okay. So all like hot. No cooler weather for you?
No. I think the coolest place I lived was North Carolina, but I'm adopted, so my whole adopted family or biological family is from Vermont.
Okay.
And I'm kind of glad they dropped me off in Arizona and went on with their life, because their winters are cold and it's sad. There's no sun.
Yeah.
Do you get that too?
Yeah, I have no sun in my yard. Actually, like we live deep in the mountains here, kind of off grid. And we're backed up right against a mountain. So it takes away our sun for the winter.
Oh, wow.
So if I want to see sun, I have to like drive to go see it. If it's a sunny day.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it gets quite socked in here as well. But yeah, I mean, like, we just got to search for it.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. So New Mexico, and tell me, you were just mentioning that a single track is like about an hour away from you.
Yes. It will put some hair on your chest. The first year I rode it, I cried. I could barely do like 3 miles of it, and now I do it twice. So it's about 24 miles. It's called marathon. It's just sand. It just turn sand. And right now they're putting in pipelines, so there's a lot of holes you got to watch out for. And they took out a bunch of single track, so it makes me sad.
Yeah,
good
for
stuff
sure.
with it.
Yeah, for sure. So, is there any other, like, is it just one loop basically, or can you branch off into different trails?
Yeah, there's kind of like you could do the main loop, and then there's like some 2 track, and then you could go. The rancher doesn't care if you just close the gate, but you can go up some hills, and I haven't really explored it a whole lot just because they do hunt over there on the private sector. So I'm just kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lots of accidents that can happen for sure. And do you ride by yourself or do you have like a crew that you usually ride with?
During the weekdays, I do ride by myself. Sometimes there's like an older group, they're 70 plus, and I try to get in with them because they're just super cool dudes. But every Saturday, Sunday, we go by Carlsbad, New Mexico, and there's a big group that goes right together.
Okay. Okay, cool. 70 plus, eh? Still still riding, still rocking it. That's awesome.
They're fast.
Really?
Yeah, I can't keep up with them half the time. I'm embarrassed.
Oh my God, that's like the coolest thing though.
Yeah.
If they're
awesome.
Riding that fast. And then I don't know, I think just seeing that age, it's like not that it gives me hope, but it's like, oh, like I can still do things at that age, like life doesn't need to stop at 60 or
There's a guy who's 80 that rides once in a while. His wife has dementia, so he's kind of, by her side all the time, but he'll come out and ride, and it's super cool to see. And his wife was the fastest female in New Mexico for a long time. She's super cool.
Really?
Yeah, she's neat. I love her.
Oh, cool. Wow. That's so rad to hear some of the stories, hey?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I want to just share this story. And this is kind of how I learned of you and started following you on TikTok was actually I was searching for the fast house motor rolls. And I came across your video because you did like a review. I think this was a year ago, or at least around Christmas or something. Anyways, they just came out and I was like, okay, just seeing men wearing it. I'm like, how does it look like on a woman? Like I need more stuff, more reviews. And you were the first video that popped up. And I was like so stoked on it. You gave a good review. But yeah, anyways, I love TikTok that you can like search up these reviews because I find it differs from Instagram because Instagram I find is more of like a yellow pages for people like your portfolios or your resumes or whatever, right? Like you can't really search for product reviews, whereas TikTok, it's different where you can search that stuff up. Like you type in any type of product and somebody has something up. It's crazy. I don't know if you've had that experience with the app, but anyways, so I wanted to talk about TikTok and what your experience is like on that app and how what your experience has been so far.
I like it a lot. I just get a little embarrassed when my coworkers stumble upon my page. Like,
fair.
Kind of is this, right? I don't know. I think it's great. Actually, I invited some lady in Texas to come ride our 24-hour race with us off of TikTok, and she kicked absolute butt. She was a solid rider, and I'm glad. I was like, hey, I don't know you, stranger danger, but want to be on a team.
Really? That's so cool.
Yeah, she came and she was awesome. She was solid. I like TikTok just because, yeah, you're right. I look up drills and look up different terrain, and I like to see what the other ladies are doing and what they're up to and how they prepare for races. And I don't know, it's just kind of a good information that you're right, that you can't find on Facebook. I mean, you could do YouTube, and there's a lot on YouTube, but I like the 30-second clips.
Right. Yes. And that's just like, I love YouTube. I love longer form videos because I like getting to know people's stories. And I think that's why I do what I do is because I want to know more about the individuals. Whereas the 30-second videos, like I love them. They're quick, fast. You get to the point right away. But then I start to get like kind of hooked into those people. I'm like, well, I want to know more. Like, I want to know what you do, what other things are you interested in? Not just that one specific thing. I'm kind of weird like that though.
That's cool.
But yeah, so going back to you, TikTok with the product reviews, just even like different type of techniques when it comes to dirt biking. We are all so different sizes and we're riding different types of bikes. So seeing other people do, I guess, other techniques has been like such a huge learning curve, at least for me as well. Seeing what's being done. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like, it's just pushed a little bit differently, I find.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. It's just, especially for the ADHD mind, because you're like, got it.
Yeah. Totally. 100%. Yeah. So, yeah. And then I wanted to talk about like what, with all the platforms, they always coming with pros and cons. So I'm curious to hear what your take is when it comes to sharing your videos online, if you notice a difference between Instagram and TikTok.
I don't know. I don't really do a lot of Instagram. I do, like, I'll just share my TikTok thing on Instagram, but
yeah,
I noticed there's more input on TikTok versus Instagram. A lot of people have more opinions on TikTok.
Totally.
And Instagram, I usually just, they like it and there's no comments versus TikTok. They're like, hey, by the way, do this better. And you're like, I'm still learning.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I find that TikTok kind of opens up conversations and you get a lot of like feedback like that you weren't really asking for, but whatever. It still like helps with the algorithm and all that stuff.
And I find males are kind of mean to the females. Mm-hmm. And it's just, come on, dude, relax. The females are doing amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't take a lot of people and their comments seriously. Because usually when you, and I'm the type of person, like, I'll like hit on their profile and see what they're all about, and it's like, okay, you clearly can't comment because you don't do what I'm doing. Or I'll say, okay, like challenge them, for example, wheelie. And then what was it? I can't remember. It was a video. I was trying to do a clutch up to static balance. And then the guy's like, oh, you need to do this instead. And I was like, okay, great. Show me. And then he does a completely different thing. I was like, oh, that was sick, but that's not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. And people need to realize, like, you know how to do it. You're different. You're built different. Mm-hmm. You were taught a certain way and you want to put your own flair to it. And that's okay. Everyone's different.
I get a kick out of TikTok and connecting with so many women like yourself and seeing different riding areas as well has been really cool.
I'm stuck on Australia right now. I'm stuck on watching Australian people ride.
Yeah.
It's awesome over there.
I would love to explore a little bit more. I would love to even come down to your area as well.
Come on down. We have a camper you could stay in.
That would be unreal. That's like one of, bucket list is like to travel down, check out a whole bunch of riding areas. Yeah. And I want to bring my own bike. I don't want to have to like rent one.
Yeah, I know, because you know what it's about. And I mean, I've rode some people's bikes. I'm like, oh, this is great for you, but I don't like your bike.
Yeah, exactly. And which we'll get into because I want to talk about modifications on dirt bikes. But before we do, I want to get on to the next question. So, okay, we talked about TikTok and just connecting, learning about other riding areas, other riders. But also because of your TikTok, I have learned a lot of other stories about you, which I find is like, again, so interesting. And I would just love to open up and talk about it a little bit more. You are a cancer survivor. So I want to talk about this because I saw your video and I was like, say what? Holy moly. So, let's talk about it.
I was diagnosed in the 2019/2020 area. I don't know. It was kind of a whirlwind. Was not expecting it. I was really not like a sick person. I was pretty healthy, and doctor came in and he's like, "Not good. You have about a year." And I was like, "Okay, what?" I thought it was a joke.
Oh my gosh.
He's showing my PET scan, and he's like, he's been doing it for 40 years, and he's just like, you should go get a second opinion. I'm kind of not sure what to do. You're young, blah, blah, blah. So I went to Arizona, got a second opinion, didn't like the doctors. They were great, just not for me. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, then I started my treatment. It took a while because it was a rare cancer.
Yeah.
Um, it spread to my lymph nodes, and pretty much like I had a fist-sized tumor in my lady bits.
Okay. Okay.
And breast cancer. They found I had breast cancer too at the same time. So they're just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a couple of surgeries. I had a lumpectomy. I had a radical hysterectomy with lymph node removal. They took something out. I don't remember.
Okay.
Maybe like a spleen or something.
Oh my goodness.
I've had 50 radiation treatments, and I luckily I only had to do 3 chemo treatments. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so I was bald. That's why I like my hair so
Yeah.
long.
Totally. Aw. Okay. And so you were diagnosed in 2019 and
Hmm.
and then had these surgeries, had all the radiations and chemos. And then just recently, was it just a few months ago, they announced that you're cancer free?
So, when I was, hold on. So I had my final PET CT after all my stuff, and
Okay.
they're like, "Oh, you have no." It's called NED, no evidence of disease, and so I'll be in remission, or I'll be in NED until 5 years, and then I could be like, "Oh, I'm cancer free" once I hit the 5 year mark. So
Okay.
I'm 3 years right now,
Okay.
counting down, and when we hit the 5 years, we're actually going to go to Costa Rica and go ride.
Oh, nice. That's going to be your celebration,
Yeah,
celebratory. Oh, okay.
yeah. So we've had some ups and downs. There's been a bunch of biopsies and scares, and um but so far,
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And it's been 3 years then?
yeah,
Okay.
officially. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Wow. That's so crazy. And what were you doing? Okay, first off, cancer. Were you dirt biking then? No.
No, actually, I didn't dirt bike. I dirt bike like 6 months when I was a child.
Okay.
And actually that's the reason I got into dirt biking, because and my husband was like, "Man, you look awful." I was like, "When I beat this, I'm gonna go buy a dirt bike." And he's like, "Whatever you want." And my doctor called. He's like, "Hey, this is amazing. Your PET CT is clear, and you're officially in remission, or you're no evidence of disease." And I was like, "Cool, I'm gonna go buy a dirt bike." And I went. I was bald. I like lost a lot of weight, so I was like all, sickly. The
Right.
poor dude. I was pretty weak too. So my first bike was a 230, a KLX 230R.
Okay.
Um, and I went out to where we ride in Carlsbad, and I was like, "Hey guys," just no eyebrows, no
Oh.
no eyelashes, nothing. And I was just like, "Can someone teach me how to ride?" And that's how I got into it as an adult.
Wow, that is so crazy. Like, I love it. And I love that the inspiration, yeah, came after.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, it was crazy. I was so weak trying to pick up my 230,
yeah, that's,
and the guys were cool about it. They took it easy. They were teaching me. I did not know how to ride in sand. I didn't know how to do anything. I mean, I knew how to do, the clutch and shifting and stuff, which was super helpful, but
mhm, mhm.
it was a rough year.
I bet you're like, I'm sure, like physically exhausted, mentally exhausted, lots of is happening to
Yeah.
your body. And then you're like tackling sand, dirt bike. And how do you remember how heavy that dirt bike was or is?
I know it's a lot heavier than my 300.
Yeah.
That thing was a tractor.
Yeah.
But luckily I had some cool dudes teach me how to pick it up where I don't have to exert my energy. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, game over.
Oh, that's awesome. I love hearing that. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so great. What a great story. Thanks
thank
for
you.
sharing.
Yeah, anytime.
Was there anything that kind of kept you, what's the word? Kind of like kept you going during like the healing process when you were going through cancer?
Yeah, it was my kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a mom, you try to do the best to be healthy and be there for the. I feel like your house kind of falls apart when mom is sick, and
Yeah.
um, I lived in a camper in the hospital parking lot for like 6 months because it's out of state and it was just taxing to drive back and forth. Radiation kicked my butt. Everyone's like, oh, chemo is the hardest, but for me, radiation was awful. I was so sick and I couldn't imagine driving back and forth every day.
Yeah.
I just kept thinking like I gotta get healthy. And I wanted to be normal again because people just kind of look at you like, you're sick, you're dying. And you're like, I'm not.
Right.
I'm fine. I just have to go through this. And I think just getting back to normalcy, being a mom, and we have a ton of animals, so I had
Okay.
to get healthy.
Yeah.
And my husband too. He was great. He stayed home with the kids. He worked. Um, it was really my rock during all that.
Absolutely. Aw. Wow. That's yeah, again, an incredible story. And I really do appreciate you sharing that because, oh my goodness. Yeah, you are definitely a survivor.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And I do have to talk about this because, again, we learned about it through TikTok. Love
Yeah.
TikTok. Um, so let's talk about your ex here.
Which one?
Okay, wait. Okay, I just have this one story written here. It's about your ex who tried to light a fire in your master bedroom.
Oh yes.
Okay.
That was his husband number one.
Okay. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
but not only that, but you and your child were in there as well?
Yeah, so I think I was in college or I don't know if I was working. I came home and there was smoke coming out of our master bedroom and there he was just sitting there smiling and I'm just like, what is going on? He just started lighting it on fire and I was freaking out because we hadn't like in what 8 months old. I was like, "Where is Scout?" My oldest is named Scout. And I was like, "Where is he?" And he's just like, "Oh, he's gonna be in a better place." And I'm just like freaking out. He was in the bathroom. I ran and grabbed him, and I took off, and I called 911. And
Oh my God.
cat, it was scary. And my first husband, I feel really bad because he was really bad PTSD. He was in the Marines, and
Okay. Mhm.
he went deployed right after 9/11, and so he had a lot of health issues. And he's a really good dude when he's not drinking, but
Hmm.
he just coped with drinking, and he would just do stuff like that. And I was like, this is not safe for the kids. I love you to pieces, and I hope you get help. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was just kind of traumatic and not a good place for kids to be raised.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, when I saw that or listened to that, I was like, oh my God, I need to, yeah, learn more about this. But you're so right. With PTSD, working Marine Army, my brother has also served and seeing some of the things that he goes through, how he copes. It's wild
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
sad. I wish they had better health care for them,
Yeah.
and I wish it wasn't such a stigma for them to be just admit that they have a problem without being made fun of,
Yeah.
which is sad. Because a lot of them have PTSD.
Oh, yeah. I would say all of them,
Yeah,
you
have
know,
to.
like,
And even if it doesn't come from service, everyone has trauma from
yeah,
some part of their life.
something. Yeah, I do agree. Wow. Well, I am so happy that you guys are safe from that. Sounds like it was a while ago, but wow, I was just like
Yeah.
shocked when I listened to that. Um, But yeah, overall, just like listening to your stories and you sharing them today, I'm just like in awe of the ability to like show up and do the things that you're doing, like dirt bike riding for you and like celebrating you. And I love that so much about, yeah, you and just watching your journey. Oh, it's so awesome.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, and I'm just so again appreciative that we got to sit and chat about these things because like I said, I want to know more. I want to like hear more. So this is yeah, such a great conversation. I love that we're talking about this. Well, let's talk about what kind of dirt bike what kind of dirt bike you're riding and what your local area is. I know you already said that, but let's do a refresher.
Yeah, it's all good. I got a 2023 KTM 300XCW,
Okay.
and then I have a 2017 Husqvarna 350 FX.
Okay.
I bought that from a 70-year-old man.
Amazing.
It was a steal. You had it. I had to buy it.
Totally.
But yeah, that's what I ride right now.
Which one's your favorite one?
Right now, the 350.
Okay.
But the 300 for technical, just because it's a little bit lighter and a little bit, I feel like nimble. The 350 feels just like a souped up fast tractor to me, and it's great in the desert.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So they're two different bikes. One is like, yeah, more technical. And then the other one, just because I'm not familiar with Husqvarnas, I know they can be similar to KTMs, but that one's more, it's a 4-stroke, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So like more track style bike, right?
Yeah. I've never I want to take it to the track.
Okay.
I've taken my 300 to the track.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Have you got your suspension set up for the? No. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure it was totally fine. Like I only have the one bike. I have the 150, but I have the suspension set up for me. So it's like really like bouncy. Really? And so it doesn't like the jumps. And I love jumps. So.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it doesn't work really well. I wish I could have two bikes, all the bikes.
I know. Yeah. There's so many.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you enjoy the 350 a little bit more just because tell me why.
I think it's a little new to me right now. It's in sand, it floats. It's perfect. The 300, I think I just have a love-hate with it right now just because we started off on the wrong foot. They delivered it with a dead battery and a bunch of stuff wasn't hooked up. And I'm just having issues. It won't idle properly. We've taken it to a mechanic and he's like, well, you need new reeds. And so he flipped them and it's still not idling correctly. And just like little issues that make me maybe just get another bike.
Right. And it's a 2023, like a new bike. Yeah. Crazy that you're having that much problems.
Yeah. And so after my KLX, I bought a 250 XCW and I loved it. It was perfect. And of course, I'm like, well, let's go 300. All these amazing women ride 300s and what idea. It was cool for a little bit. Now I'm kind of, I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe give it some more time. But yeah, definitely if you're having some issues with it, like, yeah, that doesn't make it fun.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well, I bought this bike brand new. It should be working.
Yeah. And the 350 is solid for 2017. That guy, he said he never put it in third gear. It's never been wheelied. It's only rode at one place at Marathon, the single track. And I mean, he took good care of it. It has a recluse on it, which is cool. Very different, very interesting to get used to it because I'm always trying to clutch and
yeah. Oh, the recluse is nice. I must admit.
It's great on hill climbs.
Yeah. Totally.
Oh, that's my whole life.
Yeah, for sure. Interesting. Okay, well, because you're talking about recluse, let's talk about modifications. So that one came with a recluse, but have you done anything else to your dirt bikes to make them, I guess, better for
No.
you. Okay.
I put some decals on it.
Nice. So yeah.
That's it. Everyone talks about, getting the suspension, and it's just hard because I have to drive so far to get it done. And
That's fair.
I kind of don't notice a difference. Maybe
Yeah,
if I get it set up, I guess I just like whatever and just do some more drills at home.
for sure.
Not that smart with that stuff.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. And the only reason why I did is because I'm very short. I'm like under 5 feet. So yeah,
That's cool.
to like jump onto a full size bike, because I went from kids bikes to then the 150, which is a full size frame. I had to do some type of adjusting. So I got the suspension set up and then lowered it about 2 inches.
Oh, cool.
So, and then on top of that, I lowered it even more to almost 3 inches. But I brought it back up an inch. So now it's sitting at 2 inches. But yeah, the only reason why I ask is because, with different heights and stuff can, make or break the bike.
Yeah.
Meaning like if it's just not set up and you're trying a new bike, it can like really break it for you. Like you don't want to ride again. But yeah, if you don't notice a difference, like I get my friend, she rode hers. I think she took her linkage out, took a link or something in her Husqvarna. And then she decided to go take it in, get her suspension done for her height and weight. Doesn't notice a difference.
Really?
Nothing.
That's wild.
So yeah, I don't know. It's like, do you want to, and it's not cheap either. Like, do you want to spend the $1,500 or just ride it stock if you just are really enjoying it? Like there's not, if you don't need to spend the money, then you don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about it just because I see you popping wheelies. I'm like, man, if I could just touch, it'd be amazing.
It's like, okay, so if you need to touch, then maybe you could look at like a lowering kit or adjusting the suspension. But yeah, so you can't touch at all?
I could tippy toe.
Tippy toe. Okay.
What does it call? You like clutch up and you kind of walk your bike.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
I know.
You kicking ass. But sorry. Just like maybe if I could touch, but I'll live through you.
Yeah. Well, I go through a lot of back fenders, but yeah, I love doing it. And same thing. I want to be able to, I don't want to do a fast wheelie. I want to do like the Graham Jarvis, like just bring that bike up and then like try to walk with it. Or I'm more about like dinking around with my bike, like playing rather than just like going fast and going hard.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's a lot more skill when you can do it slow. And I mean, people talk, I hear the bunch of track dudes talk garbage about it. I'm like, that takes a lot of skill to be controlled and to walk your bike and even popping wheelies over logs. That's hard skill to acquire.
There's a lot happening. Like you need to let the clutch out. You need to compress. You need to twist the throttle all at once. Like there's just so much to it than just like riding over it.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I mean, you can still use that technique of just like going through and hoping for the best. But if you want to like, break it down, there is a lot more to it.
Yeah, exactly. You got to think about where, I don't know, there's a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Have you taken any clinics or anything?
I've taken 3. I went up to Colorado at Grand Junction. I can't remember her name. She was the first. It was an all women's clinic. It was awesome. I took one with Meg's Braap in Texas. Yeah, oh my gosh, she's that old. And she's little.
Yeah, I know. Like 5'2" as well, or something like that.
Yeah. And she throws that bike around like there's no weight behind it. And it's just watching women ride, especially like wheelies and I'm like, I want to do that. That's amazing. And I love that they show us, and like you and was it Crystal Loves Moto? I can never say her last name.
Yeah.
Just total inspiration. And I love you guys put it on social media.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I don't know. Like, Crystal, same thing. She's 5'2". and she tosses that 300 around like nobody's business. And yeah, same with Megs. And I don't know, it's just like, I guess it just shows other women that like if they can do it, then maybe I can do it too if I just take the time to like learn these skills. So yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, cool. So you took Megs Braap in Texas too, which would be cool.
Yeah, it was cool. And I'm not used to trees. And she was like, does anyone have any questions? I'm all, hey, ma'am. Say you don't have trees, because we have pipeline and they're slippery. They're, it just depends. Like, how would you wheelie off of one? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, just think of a big metal pipe in the middle of a single track. And she's just like, you don't have trees? She was just stuck like, we don't have trees. I'm like, we have mesquites, but they're bushes.
Okay, yeah.
Thorny bushes. I guess there are trees. But yeah, she just kind of looked at me like, that's weird.
Yeah. Okay, tell me more about this. So it's like a pipe.
Yeah, so in the oil field they have to transfer sometimes fresh water if it's on a working ranch area. Like, or they recycle water to put down hole in the oil or in the wells. So there's like these metal pipes. There's these big rubber lay flat pipes too.
Okay.
There's just pipes everywhere.
Okay, so
And
are they sticking up? Like
they're just kind of,
or they're
parallel to the ground.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So you can ride on them?
No, but when there's no one watching, yes. I mean, I hope no one hunts me down and like go through right on our pipe. But I mean, everybody does, and it's hard. They're huge. They're like at least 24, 30 inches off the ground, and it's just I see the older guys do it because they're so used to it, but they just like bounce off of it, and every time I try, I just fall, and then I just pull it over.
You're gonna have to send me some videos or photos so I can like insert them on this video, because like I'm having a tough time visualizing what that would look like. Yeah, because I find that very like I'm thinking of like, yeah, these like pipes like Mario Kart almost. Yeah. Or like if you ride like the trails like on pipes or yeah, if you can send anything just to give us a visual, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I will have to. Maybe it's just the way I describe it. It's not. It's just I don't know, a pipe on the ground and.
Well, it's probably so like normal, right, for you because that's what you ride every day. But yeah, it would be interesting to see the terrain because like just the way that you're describing it sounds really cool and kind of technical, maybe.
It can be, yeah. We don't have like rocks really, it's just sand. Oh, we do have rocks. You just have to go find them.
Sand is so hard to ride in.
You think so? You know what?
I think so.
There's a lady that came down from Colorado to ride our desert series, and she was a bee rider up there. And I think Colorado ladies are amazing just because I can't keep up with them in their area. And so she came down and she rode the pre-ride with me, and she's like, I can't do this. I'm sitting there like, sister, you're a fast girl up in your state. Like, daughters just look up and go fast. And she's like, I can't. I guess when you get squirrely, she got all nervous about it. I'm like, that's when you give it more gas.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So for those that are listening in that don't ride sand, you just gotta like go faster, I guess. Like, cause like if your back wheel kind of washes out, because I felt that. Was it my back? I can't remember, but I didn't feel solid.
Oh yeah, and it takes. I feel like you're not confident when it happens because when I was first learning, I was like, I can't do this. You want me to go up? You want me to shift up and go faster? Like that seems counterintuitive, and
right,
that makes no sense to me. But once you get comfortable, well, I got comfortable falling pretty good. I just was like, okay, give it more gas and then it would shift up. And I was like, oh, the answer is more speed.
Yeah.
And looking up, a lot of people look down and
Right.
yeah,
Look ahead. Okay, interesting. And so you have sand. What else type of terrain surface do you have? Is it like clay or?
yeah. By Carlsbad, there's a lot of different, like we have our rocks, it's just jaggy rocks, some hill climbs. I mean, it's not mountains like Idaho
Yeah, yeah.
or anything like that. Yeah, we have something we call like the moon. It looks like a moon. You go into this old lake bed and there's some, I don't know if they were digging for oil over there, but there's craters and um it's cool. It's just I don't know how to describe it. It's desert. It's not
Yeah. Again, I'll take some of your videos and I'll post it up here. But I think I know which one or at least a video that I saw of you. Maybe you even hurt yourself, and it was like it looked like a
oh
bed,
yeah.
a water bed. Like, is that kind of what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the pro riders will go ride it and totally the guys are like, "Hey, follow me." And I'm like, "I was not ready for this." I mean, they'll ride it like a couple times. They're like, "All right, Darcee, come with us this weekend." And of course, I follow blindly. I still gotta
But
work.
sometimes that's how you learn. And like sometimes you are getting pushed to not be a better rider, but like you're getting pushed to like go faster and like ride harder. Could
Yeah,
always be a good thing, or sometimes it could be a bad thing.
it is. I enjoy it. I like how they push me because there was this desert race. I'm gonna drink a Red Bull. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I have coffee, so you're good.
Yeah. But like we had some technical areas in the desert. If people come from out of state, they're like, "That's your technical." It is for us. As desert races are high speed, you know, some turns. I mean, it's just high speed desert. But because of them in Carlsbad, I have no problem doing technical when I go to other races, which is amazing because I see a lot of desert riders struggle and then come do some enduro races or I'm not saying like super fast. I just like I kind of feel more comfortable doing more technical versus just stand all the time, I don't know if that
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Um, yeah, it sounds like, again, not that I have any experience at all. My only sanding experience would be like sand duning with an ATV.
Ooh,
I wanted to bring a dirt bike, but I think oh, this is my question: is tires? Do you have paddles on your tires? No, okay.
I know a lot of people do, and I'm just all okay. I see them at the dunes, and I have rode the dunes. Maybe it's just the type of sand we have, but I've never put a paddle on, and I just cruise around the dunes just fine.
Yeah. Hey. And then does anyone else have paddles like that you ride with, or everyone's just like straight tire? That's really interesting.
Yeah. When you go to the dunes with like the motocross guys, a lot of them do put paddles on, but I just think it's maybe they're not used to just being in sand all the time.
For
And
sure.
maybe it's just our sand is different. I've noticed there's different sands.
Okay.
Because I've been up north by Albuquerque and there's this trail or this area called Montesa, and that sand kicked my butt. I People are like, "Have you rode before?" Just like, not today.
Yeah.
Just swallows you whole.
Interesting. What
Yeah.
would be the difference? Like, is it just more like soot? Is that or like smaller pebbles?
Well, I don't know how to describe it. It kind of reminds me of concrete sand when you mix it.
Oh,
And it just felt like I was just sinking the whole time and trying to do hill climbs. And oh, it was rough. It was super rough.
so neat. It's really cool to hear about, yeah, I guess different textures of sand. I know this sounds like so you're probably like, oh yeah, this is something that I deal with all the time. But coming from, I guess, like the woods, riding
Oh,
trees, we don't get sand very often. So
yeah.
yeah, it's interesting. Huh. Cool.
Yeah, because you have your like silt, and then you have your, I don't know, your different types. Yeah, there is different types of sand.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I guess like, yeah, if you want the paddled tires, but it sounds like it's not necessary unless you just don't have the experience, maybe.
Maybe. I know those Glamis riders, they do tap paddles. So I don't, that might be a question for like a lot of dune riders. I'm not,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's all good. I just thought maybe that's something that you had because it is a little bit more sandier, but yeah. Cool.
maybe I need one.
Awesome. Well, because we are approaching winter, I take it that you have absolutely no snow, no cold in your area. So,
I do.
oh, you do. Oh my God. Okay.
I was shocked actually because when I moved to New Mexico in 2013, there was this huge ice storm and it shut down all the highways and stuff. And in Arizona, the winter is like 60 to 80 degrees normally. And I brought shorts and t-shirts. And so I had no jacket. I was new at the job. I just remember like my first big ice storm, it was 10 degrees. That's probably like, what, do you get in the zeros? You're in
Yeah.
Celsius.
Yeah. We're
So
Celsius. Yeah.
yeah. Oof, I was freezing. I was just like, Mom, I gotta move back. There is snow here and ice, and it gets below freezing. So,
yeah.
But we had Goliath too. It shut down. We were stuck at work for like a week straight. We were snowed in, couldn't get any fire trucks anywhere. It was bad.
Wow.
Just we had to have the National Guard come pull our ambulance out a bunch of times, and
Oh my God. And so, sorry, this is New Mexico?
yeah.
Okay. So wild. Like, I would not have known that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in the high desert plains and we get to us a lot of snow, like 3 inches, and they are like shut down the highways because
Yeah.
really no one knows how to drive in it.
For
Which
sure.
is great because we go ride our dirt bikes and stuff on the freeway and we don't get arrested.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty
cool.
fun.
So, how often is this like kind of a rare occurrence or like does it happen often?
We'll probably get 4 or 5 good little snowstorms.
Okay.
Not, I mean, there are real snowstorms, but to other people, you got 2 inches? That's cute.
Aw.
Yeah, it's the mountains are already getting a lot of snow already. They got snow on Halloween, which is kind of pretty early for them, and so hopefully it will be a good snow year where
Yeah.
let's shut stuff down.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so it does like snow a little bit. I guess my question was like, do you get to ride all year round?
I do.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, this summer it does get a little hot, so a lot of night rides or super early mornings. Because 100 degrees is, oh, it's miserable, but
Yeah.
it's fun.
What's 100 degrees?
Like
Is that
30
4?
Celsius? No.
Yeah.
30.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound fun. But yeah, early morning, evening. And I have to ask, actually, this is kind of like off topic, but do you have like really bad mosquitoes or like bad bugs that come out at night?
Really? I have a bunch of chickens around my house, so they do their job.
Do they eat mosquitoes?
I don't know. They eat a bunch of stuff. They don't eat flies, which I wish they would, because I kind of like grab them and catch these flies.
Yeah.
But they've been eating some snakes. I have some guineas too, so I caught them with a snake the other day. They eat lizards. They eat everything. Mice. I caught one of my girls running around with a mouse in her mouth.
No way. Interesting.
They're cool. And we do get mosquitoes, but it has to rain.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, yeah. So for us, it's kind of the same thing. Like it can get 40 degrees here, like super hot. No one rides during the day, but it would either have to be early morning, like in August is usually our like hottest month, or in the evenings. But the evenings, the mosquitoes, like if it's rained, the mosquitoes are horrendous.
Really?
It's so bad. And they're like Jurassic Park style mosquitoes.
Oh, gross.
Actually, anyways, where I am, and I'm in a very like dense like forest, I guess, and that's probably why. But they're not fun.
Oh, that's cool. You do you have chickens?
I don't have chickens. I'm slightly scared of them.
Really?
but,
No
but I mean, it has been brought up many times with my husband and our neighbor. Actually, she has like over 500
Oh
chickens,
my gosh, that's
and
cool.
she owns a restaurant in Pemberton. And so she like sells eggs through her restaurant and also has the eggs like for their restaurant. So
Oh, wow.
it's kind of neat. And then Kenny's always like, oh, if the end of the world happens, which it's kind of like, I kind of make fun of him, but at the same time, like did happen and we like had no food, like no one could get to the grocery stores and all the floods that happened to like in 2021. Some of the highways were all closed down.
Oh, wow.
It was like quite the gong show. Because of those events, I'm like, okay, maybe it would be beneficial if we did get like some chickens and did our thing, but we're not there yet.
Oh, yeah. It takes time. I didn't want chickens. I watched people have chickens. I'm like, okay, they're cool. And then there's a neighbor a couple streets down, and she has roosters. She raises roosters. Who knows what for?
Right, right.
And I was like, oh, these things are weird. And then I was like, you know what? I would like some chickens. And so my husband was like, just buy them. And I love them. They're funny. They all have their own personalities. They're just interesting creatures.
Yeah.
They're cool.
I'm sure once you get into your routine with them and then start to being around them a little bit more, appreciate them a little bit more.
They're little dinosaurs. They are. I see that they're funny. I don't know how to
Cool.
describe them. And we have ducks and we have guineas. And
Cool.
our guineas are troublemakers. They like to cause noise complaints because they're loud. They're super loud birds.
Okay, they're birds. I've never heard the term guineas before. I'll have to search them up.
I know when people are like, I have guineas. I have like, they live outside. People are like, why? I'm like, they're birds. Because
I thought you were talking about guinea pigs, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of people think that.
Okay.
No, they're just ugly, annoying birds that I love. They look angry all the time. Their little eyebrows are always scowling.
Oh my God. Okay, can you please, send me some photos again that I can insert here because I think this would be a lot of fun just to see. And then learn what a guinea is as well.
Yeah. They're cool.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, awesome. And do you have any other animals?
We have cats. I have one sleeping on my bed right now. My room is a Snickers.
Aww.
My room's dirty. We have cats, barn cats. I have a craft barn outside, and there's about 8 now. So they're all getting fixed in January.
Okay.
I gotta catch them. And we have dogs. We have 3 dogs.
Aww. Say that again.
The goats are soon.
Okay.
Goats and a donkey. I want.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're cool.
Is this like? Tell me why.
I don't know. I just think they're cool. They're just funny. I learned a lot about donkeys. They're very good protective creatures. They're guard creatures. I heard a lot of people put them with their flock and they kill all the foxes and coyotes. And I've had a lot of birds taken from foxes and coyotes, and it's kind of devastating. Even though I'm like used to it, I still get pretty upset. So we just throw like a mini donkey in there. I'll be cool. And they're sentimental.
Say that again.
They're sentimental. They like hugs and scratches, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
I never knew about that about donkeys. And again, since moving out here, it's been 2 years. We saw there was a donkey and a horse just up the road here. And we learned that the donkey actually kept the horse safe. And we have lots of grizzly bears here. And So basically, this donkey was like protecting this massive horse. And I just thought it was the funniest thing. And then, but it was, yeah, kind of a sad story. But the donkey was like on its last days, like she wasn't
Oh,
looking too good. And I remember driving by being like, "Oh, is today the day?" Like she wasn't moving one day. She was just like laying there. And then we heard that a grizzly actually did come and get her.
oh
Yeah,
no.
so she wasn't able to save herself, or but the grizzly obviously left the horse alone, but took the donkey because she was not in a good, like she just wasn't strong. She was an older donkey, so she was a weakling, I guess.
Oh, she was a
Yeah,
sacrifice. Oh, bless her
yeah,
heart.
I know. Her name was Peaches.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know. Yeah, my daughters were so sad about that because she was really, really cute. But anyways, yeah, interesting that these donkeys are known as protectors. I would not have known that.
Yeah, and they're aggressive too. If you ever watch a video of them like catch a coyote or a fox, I mean, they are brutal.
Really? Hey,
Just like the videos I've seen, just woo.
I guess I've always thought that they were just more used. I guess, like, again, looking at videos, like older videos, like they were just used as like carrying, like travel thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were always like I'm picturing like any type of cartoon. They're always carrying
Oh,
like sacks and stuff.
yeah. I mean, they do. They're work animals too,
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
film in the Grand Canyon, and they're just I don't know. They're cool creatures. I feel like they're misunderstood.
I agree. I think they really are. Anyways, well, we just got off a little bit of a tangent about.
Sorry.
No, I love it. I think this is great. We are now. Are you still okay to keep chatting? I have a few more questions. Okay, cool. Well, let's get back onto our dirt bike discussion. Do you have any goals for your dirt bike season?
Ooh, I don't know. I've been reflecting.
Okay.
I want to pop a wheelie.
Yeah.
I think I just want to get more comfortable with rocks and different terrain. Um, like last year I was trying to chase the series in Texas, and it was 28 races, and it's just that's a lot. It's a lot as a parent, I feel. My kids are getting a little not needy. I feel like they're needy right now. They get a little bit more needy. Like I have to be there a lot, which is great. I love it. But it's taking a lot of time from them. And I don't know. It's kind of like, I love the New Mexico race series. It's amazing. It's only 6 races, and the people are super cool. They're just a bunch of hippies that love dirt bikes. I'll probably just stick with that race series, and I kind of want to travel a little bit more, like go do a series in Arizona or a race in Arizona, or you don't want to go to Idaho. I would love to travel to every state, every country, like we were talking about. It would be cool.
That'd be so
And I'm like, okay, my kids move out in about 8 more years. So I can travel more.
cool. Yeah. Yeah. So cool. I agree. My bucket list is to travel more and check out different areas and meet new people. And yeah,
Yeah,
really cool.
there's a lot. I would like to get a trials bike too. That would be cool. They're expensive.
Mm.
I think all the bikes are expensive, but maybe one day.
Yeah.
There's a lot, I feel. But right now, I want to focus on doing a wheelie. Um, Wheeling over a pipe would be cool.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Still have fun.
Yeah.
Well, I was a little stressed out this past race season just because trying to chase 2 series, and I was like, I'm not getting paid. Why am I stressed out?
Mhm. Yeah, which actually was some of my questions. And because we're talking about it right now, so you've been racing,
Mhm.
and I didn't realize that you were like doing all these series. I thought you were just doing like a few races here and there. But did you complete a series this past year?
I completed New Mexico.
Okay, which is
It
awesome. Like the 6 races.
Yeah, I just missed one because I worked, and
Right.
It was, yeah, I won the series, which there was a girl, this was her first year racing, and she was in the C, and man, oh my gosh, she's so fast and good, and they bumped her up to B. So by the luck of the straw, I won the C class, which I wouldn't have if I wanted to move up, but she was figuring out where she was, and
Yeah.
she's gonna do amazing. She's young. She's 21. I think she's gonna do fantastic if she
Oh,
keeps up. So,
awesome.
yeah, and I was chasing T-Sec, but my schedule did not align a lot. And I think there's 28 races in that series, and I think you can only drop 4
Okay.
races, and that's a lot.
That's a big commitment. 28 races. And
Yeah.
what's the span like? Like, is that in a few months or is that like
It's kind of year round. They kind
it
of
is
stop
year round?
and they stop kind of like during the holiday season.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes it would be like a race this weekend and a race next weekend, and then 2, 3 weeks off, and then back to back races, and that's a lot of money too.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think I'm just gonna focus on having fun this year, and my kids are starting to be like, I want to ride, so
That would be
hopefully,
cool. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. I think we can put so much pressure on ourselves. And at the end of the day, it's like, oh, but for what? Like, I want to make sure that I'm having fun. And whatever
yeah,
that fun looks like, if it is doing the races, great. But, if it is becoming cost effective or if it's like costing a lot of money that you weren't expecting, then can you find joy doing just riding without
yeah.
the races,
And I love the races because it gets me to meet other females. And
Mhm.
there's one other female that rides in my area, but she has a crazy work schedule too. So
Right.
we ride like so far only once in the past year.
Yeah.
And I've met amazing females. So every time there's a New Mexico series, I'm like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta go hang out with my lady.
Totally. Well, it becomes like a social event too.
Yeah, and like you can definitely tell a difference between like Texas series and New Mexico because everyone's just goofing off in New
Right.
Mexico and just kind of like have a good time and do this. In Texas, they're a little more serious,
Right.
which is all right,
Mm-hmm.
that. And I've never met a mean person over in the T-Sex series, so
Yeah,
it's just different.
totally. That's cool. Well, if I were to pick, it sounds like I would do the New Mexico one. Less commitment, sounds a little bit more chill, and everyone just wants to have fun.
Yeah, and you get to pre-ride the race, so
Oh, right.
that's so helpful.
Totally. Yeah, getting to know your area a little bit more, the trails or like what obstacles you're going to be going over.
Yeah, second, you're just like, bye, have fun. You're like, whoa, did not sign up for this. This is an AB. This
Yeah,
is not friendly.
totally. Awesome. Okay, well, and I just want to know what do you do to prepare yourself for a big race day?
Drink lots of water.
Mhm.
I do marathon a lot.
Oh,
That is, if I know I'm gonna have a big race coming up, like a long race, I'll go do like a couple laps just because it turns out to be about 48 miles and it's just single track turns. You just turn, and it really helps with your cardio. I run and I work out in the gym, but I'm sure there's some more stuff I should be doing, but yeah.
that sounds perfect to me. Drink water and just doing like a few laps and getting your heart rate up and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and usually sometimes at work, they'll put me on the box the day before I have to go to a race. I'm like, I'll pay someone.
Yeah.
So I could be on the engine so I can sleep tonight.
Right. Yeah. For
But
sure.
it's it should be for fun. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to win, but
Yeah.
I need to tone it down.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think we're all a little bit competitive though, right? Like you have that drive and yeah, of course you want to win. But
Yeah, it's cool to podium.
yeah, for sure. Um, And I also want to ask is what do you do for self-care after or outside of your riding?
I don't know, go ride more. I don't know. I like to take naps, work in the garden. I don't know, shower.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I
great.
guess that's it.
Okay. Okay. And I think skipped over a question that I love to ask everyone is any struggles or obstacles that you're currently facing when it comes to your sport?
I feel like just being a female. I hate saying that. Ugh. And people are like, well, no, there is. I feel like we get treated a little bit differently. And
Mhm.
I've met some pretty mean men in our sport, and there's not a lot of grace. I feel like we have to be perfect as a female, do everything right. Uh, I think just in general. I see it a lot with my work too, because I am the only female at my job, and they're just like, you have to. I feel the pressure to do everything perfectly.
Right.
I think that's pretty much the only.
That's crazy. It's like, but we're physically so different.
Yeah, and I'm like, you guys do great stuff. Like I could ride whoops forever because females have stronger legs. It's just how it is. And I was like, and you guys can do other things great, and that's okay. We
Mhm.
should complement each other, not work against each other.
I agree. Yeah. That's a good one. And do you have any other hobbies outside of your sport?
I do garden.
What do you have in your garden?
This year I have flower beds.
Mm,
I do a lot of bulbs. I do love my gladdies and my lilies. Um, this year we grew peanuts. And
crazy.
yeah, peanuts are fun. I thought they grew on trees for a long time or a bush. They actually grow underground. I did not know that.
I have no idea. Okay,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, they yield like one little because you'll see like it's kind of like a carrot. You see the little leaves, and when they turn brown is when you pull them out, and there's like about 100 peanuts on this little. I don't even know what it's called. But that was cool. Tomatoes. I don't anything that my chicken likes. Yeah, it's fun.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, peanuts. That's an interesting one. I'll have to search that up. Like they must love heat though.
Yeah, they grow them in Texas. Because
Okay.
when we drive to Texas, it's just cotton fields and peanuts. And at first, I didn't. When I moved here, I'm like, "What are those weird looking plants?" And I thought I was a plant guru. And my husband's like, "Those are peanuts."
Oh,
Well, no, like, oh, they grow on trees. He's like, "You are not educated." So I like
no
became
idea.
obsessed. Yeah, I had to look it up, and they're very interesting. And I grew cotton and just weird stuff. I have a pineapple plant I grew.
No way. Is it producing pineapples?
It produced one. It took about 5 years for
Yeah,
one.
okay. I did hear that it takes a while for them to produce.
It's our bathroom pineapple plant. I like so when we have guests come over, we have them use ours because we have a bunch of we have boys in their bathroom, and I'm
Right.
just like, go. And they're like, what is that weird plant? I'm like, it's a pineapple. Like that's weird.
Oh, I don't know. That's cool though. Oh, so neat. Okay, so gardening. I love it. And then do you have any tips and tricks that help you stay motivated and not go off track?
Yeah, actually, I guess when I feel burnt out, take a break.
Hmm.
I know it's really hard right now. I am burnt out, so I haven't rode in about a week and a half, which is unheard of. And when you need a break, take a break.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'll probably get on the bike this afternoon just because I'm like, ooh, I have one more thing coming up. It's not a race. It's a what is it? It's like a fundraiser ride for the weekend. It's over in
Hmm.
Texas, and it's pretty cool. It's 60 people are only allowed to come do it, and it's like if you don't register at 9 a.m., you won't get a spot. And I got in this year, so I'm pretty excited to ride
Hmm.
with a bunch of other people. But yeah, I think just if you feel burnt out, take a break. It's
Hmm.
okay. And do your drills.
Yeah, for sure. It's great that you can listen to your body for sure
Yeah.
when you're burnt out and stuff. I have a hard time listening,
Yeah. Ah,
but yeah.
I feel like push it though, you'll just kind of get over your mental block and just we did that 24-hour race what is it, 2 weeks ago, and I'm just kind of like, ugh, I was a little burnt out.
Oh, 100%. So 24-hour race? You're
Yeah.
riding for 24 hours?
Yeah, we had a 6 lady team, and it was fun. I love this race. It's just I did it my first year riding, and I was way over my head. I don't even know how I did the track. It was looking back at it this time, like I must have just closed my eyes the whole time and cried a little bit and went over all those rocks. They were hard, and this year it was hard. There's more rocks, and it was cool because it was an 8.5 mile loop, and our girls, we averaged about 33, 34 minutes. And we got third, and
Nice.
not upset because the other two teams were young, fast girls, and I was like, we're middle age. Like, let's calm down.
Oh, that's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. But after that, I was kind of like, I need
Okay. You need, yeah, like a week and a half, 2 weeks of a break. Like, that's great. Yeah, that explains a lot. Oh my gosh, I would actually really enjoy trying one of those. I don't know. I love bedtime though. Like, I need to be in bed by 8.
That's why we got a lot of girls on our team. So we did like 2 to 3 laps each. So we were averaging about like 4 to 5 hours in between. Well, some 6.
Okay.
So yeah, it was nice.
Oh, that does sound nice. Hmm. Maybe
Mhm.
I'll have to consider doing something like that one of these
Oh, you
years.
should. I just think everyone should try it once.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, so cool. Um, if you were to whisper in the ear of young Darcee, what would you tell her?
Oh, you get the dirt bike.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I was obsessed. I loved like the little stint I had as a kid. Oh, I was obsessed.
awesome.
And my parents, my best friend, childhood best friend, she got severely injured, and my parents were like, "Nope, you aren't riding." And luckily, I'm glad they did that because I was pretty good at running. So I ran. I got a scholarship to run in college, and
Wow.
yeah, just I'm glad they were like, "You need to focus on running,"
Yeah.
and it was cool. I enjoyed my cross country time and track, and but I get the dirt bike.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I
And I
love
have adult money.
that. Yeah.
So yeah,
Totally.
it's okay to be patient.
Yes, for sure.
Parents, yeah, parents are smart. They know what they're talking about.
That is true, as much as we deny it in the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, okay, and any advice for women dirt bike riders that are getting into the sport?
Ooh, don't be afraid to talk to people. I know it's intimidating. Um, like I went up bald and was like, "Hey, someone, can you help me out and learn to ride?" And I feel like when you communicate and you were like, "I'm new, I would like to learn to ride," a lot of people are pretty more open. They're pretty open. Well, majority of the people are open. Don't be afraid to ask a female's advice either. I feel like I'm not in competition with other females, and I love women riders.
Mhm.
I feel like we need way more in our area. Like I feel when I see a woman on an ATV, I'm like, hey, I have another dirt bike. You want to go learn how to ride it? Please, I'll give you $5.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, just don't be afraid. It's
Mhm.
intimidating. I feel like we've all been there with the intimidation and just trying to get over that fear to be like, hey, I want to learn, especially with a group of a bunch of dudes.
Mhm.
Um, just communicate.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't think I've ever had anyone share that before.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, like the community. Yeah, because you're so right. Like it's the communication and just being upfront in the beginning and being like, "Hey, I'm new,"
Mhm.
rather than like just pretending that you know what you're doing, or
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden you're in this like ride and all you want to do is cry, melt down. Just be like,
exactly.
what did I get myself into? And then hate the sport, or who knows, can go down that rabbit hole. But yeah.
No, it's true. I've been blessed with a good group of guys that have looked after me from day one, and they push me, and they really advocate for my riding. And when they have new riders, they're like, she used to be new, and we're gonna hook you up with her, and she'll teach you what you need to know, which is awesome. I think it's a little ego boost.
Totally. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And a quote you live by.
Oh man, you might die tomorrow. So live it up today.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I totally believe that because I almost died.
Yes, you've had quite the journey. And yeah, I can see how that would be a good one. Yeah.
Just go for it. I think life's too short and it's beautiful. It's what you make of it. So just go for it.
Yeah. Love it. And where can we find you on socials?
I am on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok.
Okay. Okay. And I'll have all the links in the show notes, but are they all the same? I don't think they're the same. Like your Instagram handle or your TikTok handle?
It's all my first and last, my maiden name.
Oh, it is. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I'll pop it up on the screen here somewhere. Okay, so last part, this is the last segment of the interview. And so it's just a rapid fire questions, and you got to pick one or the other answer.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 2-stroke or 4-stroke?
Oh, gosh. No. Oh, 4-stroke.
Okay. Wheelies or clutch ups?
Oh, gosh. Clutch ups?
Okay. Fast and flowy or slow and technical?
Ooh, fast and flowy. Yes, ma'am.
Weekend warrior or weekday slayer?
I have to say, I don't know. I guess weekend warrior.
And last one is corners or jumps?
Put them together. No, just kidding. Oh, I have jumps right now. They're so fun.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's all for the rapid fire questions.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah, I'm my cat's human support creature, and he's all getting all crazy with me now.
Aw. It's like, hey, get off.
I know I'm his emotional support animal.
Oh, that's so cute. Well, thank you so much, Darcee, for this conversation and for being here today. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I love learning more about stories, and everything that you shared was just so valuable, impactful, and I just love your journey so far.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I was really excited to do it. I told everybody.
That's so fun. Yeah.
I'm excited. I've never been on a podcast. So
here we go. Well, yeah, I just, I think it's I love, again, chatting with women that are like-minded and that have different stories, and I just think, you're showing up, you're impacting so many other people, and I really value that. So thank you.
That was sweet. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, I'm gonna let you go so you can enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks again for joining me, and I will catch you over on TikTok.
Yeah, have a good holiday. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving?
No, we had our Thanksgiving in October, so I guess cool. Thanksgiving for you guys. Hey.
Yeah. How crazy.
Yeah. Well, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy past Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Okay. Well, we'll talk to you later.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.